to the Apple store. As you guys know, we were having trouble with Apple because Apple AT&T doesn't want to take the responsibility for our new iPhone 13 Pro Max. You guys have seen our live streams where my phone freezes during live streams and how uploading's a nightmare out of it. Where Katie has the Pro Max 12, which is the previous model, and that hasn't really been too much of a problem, even though it's an older, much older phone. So we're here at Coconut Point at the Apple store, and it turns out that they're telling us very unlikely. I wish you would. I'd sue you right now. The Apple store basically saying, hey, you need an Android. I don't know what the problem is. I paid $1,400 for this phone. AT&T keeps sending me. What's up, Mike? AT&T keeps sending me to the Apple store, and the Apple store. See, now I have 10 people watching. So when I would live stream from that phone, I couldn't even get people to. I don't know what the crap was wrong. So basically, I'm live streaming from Katie's phone. As you can see, the live stream's going perfect. But on the new iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is much more expensive, I can't even live stream. Like right now, I got 17 people watching, 4 likes. Like AT&T sends me here to iPhone. So we had an appointment at 2 o'clock. Turns out that our appointment was for a shopping session, not for a repair. So now we're having to wait till 3 o'clock so we can see a technician. So even though we had an appointment, it was for the wrong thing according to them. So now we have to wait 1 hour till 3 o'clock for another appointment with a technician. And the guy at the door told me chances are they're not going to give us another phone. They're going to try to reset the phone or something, which is a load of crap because AT&T told us they would give us a new phone. Yo, Fort Myers in the house. What up, Lizzie? We got Lizzie in the house. We got Wild Story. I have the iPhone 13 Max, but I don't live stream. It's been a nightmare. And I paid like $1,400 for that phone. Now, right now, I'm live streaming off of Katie's older iPhone. And everything's going great. I can see you guys' comments. I couldn't see the comments when I live stream. And it would freeze after exactly 5 minutes. It would freeze. So if this live stream freezes at 5 minutes, then we know it's a problem with YouTube. But it's looking like to me that the iPhone 13 Pro Max is the problem. So we're here waiting until 3 o'clock so I can finally get my new phone. They're acting like they're not going to give us a phone. They're like, oh, we're not going to give you a new phone. That's kind of the attitude they're giving us. So we'll see what happens. And yes, I came in the truck. I had a lot of people that just kind of misunderstood something about the truck. I bought the 2500 as a work investment because I have a junk removal company. And I guess a lot of people don't realize I didn't just buy this 2500 truck because I wanted a gas guzzler. I bought it because I have a junk removal business and I have 2 trailers that I have to haul, and I can't haul that with a Prius. So I don't know if y'all got that. But I'm looking through some of the comments and I'm like, okay. Wow, there's a lot of New Yorkers here. There's one right there. That's a New Jersey right there. That's a New York right there. That's a New York right there. That's in Ontario. I don't know what that one is. There's people from like all over the place here. But yeah, you can't haul a 4,000 pound trailer with a Prius, people. Okay, I have 2 trailers that I have to haul. YouTube is not the only way I make a living. I have a trailer that I have to haul. 2 trailers actually. And I cannot haul those trailers with a Prius. So all the people that are mad at me saying, oh, I should have got a Prius isn't gonna haul a 6,000 pound trailer. So no. So what a beautiful day. It's nice and warm, lots of people, lots of activity. Seems like the cold is finally over. How much we spent on Starbucks? Yeah, we spend between $4,500 just under $5,000 a year on Starbucks. And I know that sounds crazy, but when we travel, which is almost half of a month we're on the road 10 to 15 days a month. And when we're on the road, we almost always get Starbucks because they're very consistent. And in most places that are modern, they're fast. When you get into the Deep South, then we do other stuff because we do like mom and pop places when we're in the Deep South. But if we're traveling through most normal places, we're going to get Starbucks when we're on the road because it's consistent. It's possibly the most consistent place you'll ever get food is Starbucks. And it's not that I don't want to live stream, guys. It's that we've really been having a lot of trouble. So at 3 o'clock, we have our appointment inside that Apple store. And then after our appointment, I guess we'll see what the problem is with our phone because Katie and I are doing 2 different things. Like Katie's studying for her real estate, so she's got to be at home studying and preparing stuff for the videos, and I'm on the road doing videos. So I have to have my phone, and my phone doesn't work for live stream, which means that the only way we can really pull this off is if we're hanging out together. And Katie and I cannot always hang out together because she's got her things going on, I got my things, so that's why I haven't been able to live stream as much. It's not that I don't want to, it's that it's been really, really difficult. Look at these coconut trees, man. I was really excited when they first opened this up. Now this is halfway between Naples and Fort Myers. So Naples is that way about 40 minutes and Fort Myers is about way like 30 minutes. So you're like kind of in the middle. Yo, Gadsden, Alabama, welcome on board, Talvish. Welcome to our channel. Look at these palm trees here in Florida, man. Isn't that awesome? Coconut Point. There's a lot of people from Alabama coming to South Florida, more than ever. Like, I bet you there's somebody from Alabama in the parking lot right now. Like, it's insane how many people from Alabama have discovered South Florida. Because they've been knowing about North Florida, but South Florida is like a whole new thing. I don't have a stabilizer. My arm is starting to hurt. Maybe I should go grab the stabilizer real quick because my arm is already hurting. I've only been live streaming for 6 minutes. My arm feels like it's gonna fall off because I'm holding it with my hand, not the stabilizer. I've had the Apple Store replace my iPhones on the spot when they couldn't fix a problem on previous models. Hopefully they give you a new one. I don't know. The thing is that this is a $1,400 phone, and I bought it specifically for this, and it's giving me a lot of trouble. So it's already to the point where like AT&T, I've already spent like 5 hours with AT&T, so I'm not gonna go back to AT&T. They're either gonna fix it or we're gonna have a problem. They're gonna have to replace it. They don't want to. They're acting like they don't want to. So I don't know what their problem is, but we'll see what it is. We'll find out. Let me see if I can get the stabilizer out of the truck because my arm feels like it's gonna fall off. Beautiful day to be in Florida, bro. And there's still a lot of people from up north. I think the season this late was kind of late. Late season this year? I'm not sure why. It seems like a very late season this year. Seems like people came a whole lot later than what they usually do. Katie's got the car keys. Police or whatever. So we got Gadsden, Alabama in the house, man. It's hot down here. Like literally, you will literally work up a sweat down here. But there's still a lot of people from New York. It's been a late season. Am I wrong about that? I thought people would be gone by now. Hey, can I get the car keys, Katie?
Never gave this to me. Oh, you did?
I did, yeah. Say what's up.
Hi.
What you doing?
Sit.
You're gonna get sunburned, boy.
That's fine.
Sit on this side so you're in the shade. Look at the moth behind you. Look.
Yeah.
The muffer fly. Sit on this side so you don't get sunburned. You gotta protect your white woman. They're sensitive. They can get sunburnt. They can leave you with a guy with more money. White women are high maintenance creatures. They require a lot of attention. You gotta protect your investment at all times. I'm pretty sure there's a stabilizer somewhere in here. I'll keep a book bag with some extra clothes. Since we're always there's a stabilizer right there. Let me grab it. And yes, there's a Starbucks bag in here. Hold on, y'all. Here's the stabilizer. I'm afraid it is so hot. There's a stabilizer right there. So you guys hold on for a minute. It might act a little crazy while I'm trying to put on the stabilizer. But we definitely got to do the stabilizer. My arm feels like it's going to fall off if I don't. Flip for a minute. Y'all should chill. Okay. Boom. All right, guys. So there we go. So it's been 8 minutes and the live stream is still going on Katie's phone. Somebody simple said hi to Katie. Want to say hi bye, Katie? Tell them your business depends on that phone either way. Yeah, my business, it doesn't matter. And I'm at the point where I've had it with technology. Yeah, my business depends on it. Like I can't really have this crap. And just the fact that like they messed up my appointment. Apparently they made the appointment out of Best Buy down the road, but he said wait. Look at this Super, guys. Let's go for a walk. It is literally hot. Like I'm not even exaggerating. It is literally hot. Like hot. Like it's really hot here. I know like Dallas, Texas got snow like 3 or 4 days ago in the area, right? It's hot here. And there's so many people from up north this late into the year. It seems like this year for some reason season was really late. And I think it's starting to get to the point where people are staying a little bit longer into the summer. I don't know if it's like because people want to spend the winter up north with their family for the end of the year. Silverado's clean, bro. Look at the wheels on that thing. Are they 28s or 30s? Where are they? 26s. That is raw. Alright. Hot as crap out here, guys. So we got Fort Myers in the house. We got Alabama in the house. We got New York in the house. Alright. Jose's going to get a sunburn. I don't care. I'm always burned. Bad Boy says, what's up? Ontario in the house right here. I am burnt. Like since I came back to Florida, like you wouldn't believe how brown I look. Like I literally, you guys see it? Like that's how much browner I am since I came to Florida. Like I'm really getting a sunburn, like more than ever. Katie says hi back to everybody who said hi to her. Katie's on board. She's hanging out in the sun. Katie, I feel bad for Katie here in Florida. Like she's just sitting there on a bench, and I know she's dying. I told her, I'm like, there's no way you're gonna sit in the car. It's way too, gas is way too high for you to sit in the car. I'm like, sit in the shade. But even in the shade, that girl will get a sunburn. I'm not even kidding. Her skin is so soft and white that even in the shade, she'll get a sunburn. I feel so bad for her. Katie's thinking about Texas. Yeah, Katie's definitely thinking about Texas, and I am too. I'll be honest. I'm ready for a new adventure. Like it really gets to be a little bit too much up here. Like the heat and humidity, it hasn't even started yet, and it's already. I already have a sunburn, and Katie kind of does too in a way. Bro, it hasn't even started yet, and I'm already sunburned. I'm sunburned. I'll let you know that year that I spent in Alabama, like I whitened up a little bit, you know. Katie says she left Texas. The people from up north probably have been waiting for them to get rid of the. Oh yeah, so they can return. I heard they were eating. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's something different about this here. Katie, if you want to, I don't know how hot you are where you're sitting right over there, Katie, but if you come over here, it's very breezy. It feels actually pleasant here. It feels very breezy. I remember when they first opened this place up, we were so excited about it as teenagers. Not teenagers, but like late, maybe early 20s. We would come up here. We would come up here with our cars, and it was just kind of a hangout spot when it first opened. I don't know if it is anymore for the young kids. Seems like it's a lot of older people here. So Estero has a lot of older people. It's more, a lot more retired older people in this area now than before. Pretty much. It changed a lot. But it's so nice to see the coconut trees. The coconut trees are a real loss of this area. So who else is watching? We got Texas in the house. We got New York. We got Alabama. We got Florida. Somebody had said Fort Myers earlier. Who else we got up in here? Wild story. So we'll see what happens with this iPhone situation. I am literally gonna walk into. I feel like I should literally walk into my appointment live streaming, just to drive my. Hey, we got ATL in the house, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, the A-Town, where the players play and they ride in traffic like every day. Well, we got Port Orange. What up, man? Port Orange is pretty cool. I'm not a fan of Daytona Beach, but I like Port Orange. Is Newport Richie ghetto? Ghetto. I almost said ghetto country. Gator country. Okay. Raleigh, North Carolina. What up? We got North Carolina up in here. I like Apex and Cary, man. I really did. I like those towns a lot. I actually liked it because it was very diverse, man. Like, I think Florida needs to have an Asian community. I think Florida needs an Asian community. Lehigh Acres in the house. What up, Shawty Mac? Whoa, we're knee-high in the Lehigh. Man, it's kind of. I couldn't believe how bad gas now living in Lehigh. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Gas is so expensive living in Lehigh, bro. It's like unbearable. Like literally, just to come here to Coconut Point, I think it's like 45 minutes with traffic from Lehigh. We're not gonna get an Apple Store anytime in Lehigh. Bro, I was driving my ATV through Lehigh like 2 days ago, and I literally ran into a homeless camp in the woods, not even that far from my house. Like just an empty lot. I was riding through empty lots in Lehigh on my ATV, and there's like this tarp, and I'm like, okay, a tarp. And then I start looking around. It was literally like, it was very well disguised, very hard to see. I'm in Bradenton. The homeless problem is getting really bad. Yeah, Bradenton. Newport Richie is basically actually, if you're in Bradenton, Newport Richie is actually worse than Bradenton, Gator Country. The little problem you got in Bradenton, I know exactly what you mean. It's actually worse in Newport Richie. If it came down to towns with the most problems of that sort, Newport Richie would probably be number one. And actually, even a little bit north of Newport Richie, Jasmine Estates, Hudson, Tarpon Springs, all along US 19. It's worse than Bradenton. So I know what you're going through, Gator Country. we're living in hard times. Like there's now what they call the working homeless. It means you're homeless, but you have a job and you have a normal life, but you're homeless. It's like it's not that you're homeless because you don't want to work or you don't have your crap together. It's just you're homeless because what you make working 40 hours a week isn't enough for a rent. So I don't know if you can't find a roommate. Like what I've noticed in Lehigh, like in the area that I live, it's mostly single family homes. But I've started to pay close attention, and I think probably 60% of the single family homes, there's multiple families living in each household. So when you go through Lehigh Acres, the parts that look like they're all like single family homes, they're actually like, somebody's living in the garage, or a brother or an uncle or somebody's living. Kind of like the same arrangement that I'm living in. Like when I first moved to Lehigh, I was like embarrassed. I was like, bro, it's embarrassed that we're kind of living in my sister's garage pretty much. But then I realized, oh, people around us are doing it as well. And there's actually one house on our street where I'm gonna guess like 10 people live in the same house. So they have a pretty good arrangement. And most of them work all day long. So like in the daytime, you'll never tell. But if you show up really late at night, there's like 10 cars on the driveway. You're like, wow, how many people live there, So yeah, there's a new working homeless problem. It means you're a functional member of society. You work, you have a job, you got all your crap in order, but you're still homeless because you just can't afford housing. And hey, I'm not homeless, but I'm in somebody's garage. That's pretty much just a step above being homeless, the way I look at it. And I hate it. Like I'm used to having my house. I've had my house paid off for like the last 10 years, so I don't know how long. So I feel like I feel borderline homeless renting like part of, like it's not even a whole house, like part of a house. I mean, I couldn't even afford a whole house down here. And if I did, I wouldn't be able to travel or anything. It would just be like I would rather be able to travel. Like I could have a house down here. I could pay a rent, but then I wouldn't be able to travel and do the stuff I like. So I would rather, in order to be able to travel and do my YouTube, I almost have to live in the arrangement I have now. So, no, I get it, man. I'm going through it just like a lot of you guys are going through it right now. And there's a lot of what we call the working homeless now. Like I ran into this person, like I'm ATVing, I'm in Lehigh, I'm driving my ATV through Lehigh, and all of a sudden I'm in the middle of this homeless camp in the middle of the woods, And crap, I don't know if they're like somebody who's got a warrant and they're hiding out, you know what I mean? Like they could just hit me upside the head with a pipe and take my ATV, Because they could use my ATV to get somewhere else if they burned out the place they're in, you know what I mean? Like I don't know what the crap they got going on. It's scary. Because you don't know why that person's... But I mean, you like the music? Well, it's I hope I don't get a copyright strike for it. It's just what they're playing here in the background. Hey, they stole my truck. Hey, look at that rust bucket. It's like my truck, but more of a rust bucket. But yeah, I again, if you're just tuning in, yes, I have a 2500, and yes, gas is high. I bought the 2500 because I have a junk removal business. Okay, another thing that I've noticed everywhere, I mean like everywhere, is this right here. When I left from Lehigh to here, I saw 5 cars that had for sale signs. We are in a recession, people. People are really getting rid of crap. How much do they want for it? 45,000 miles, 34,000. I wonder if they'll trade it for my pickup truck. I gotta ask them if they'll trade it for my pickup truck. Should I trade this Audi for my pickup truck? They might need a pickup truck. I don't know. We got Miguel. ¿Qué vuelta, Miguel? ¿Cómo anda la vida? So they have a for sale sign on it. Right there. They want $34,000 for it. I would never get an Audi though. Very unreliable vehicle. Very unreliable. So now I've seen 5 cars with for sale signs in today. Just today I've seen 5 cars. 4 of them were in Lehigh, and this one right here. So what's happening now is people are they're in a cash. They're needing liquidity now. They're looking for cash. Tranquil. Oh yeah, it's quiet here. So people are definitely kind of desperate for cash right now. Oh, get a pickup. At least you can make money. Exactly. You can make money with a pickup. You can't make money with a freaking Audi. Oh my gosh, dude. And Audis, they're so bad when they start breaking down. Like you need like special mechanics. I got a 6.0. That thing is a beast. Like that car that I bought, despite the fact it's a gas guzzler, it is the most. People think it was a reckless decision to buy that car, but first, it's a pickup truck. It's gonna make money, right? It looks nice. I'm not gonna lie, it looks nice, but looking nice is one thing. This is the most solid car you'll ever need to buy. Like my last 2500 I had, when I got rid of it, it had 248,000 miles. A guy bought it from me in Alabama that has a landscaping company, and I'm sure he's still kicking with it today because they're on original engine, original transmission. Dude, it is a ball of steel. Look at this thing. That's metal. That's metal. It's all metal. There's no plastic on this car. It's a ball of steel, man. Like, the wheels are like, they're forged. You know what I mean? The factory wheels are forged. It is a beast of a car. Yes, it is a gas hogging 6.0, but this is a 300,000, 400,000 mile car. In other words, if I were to keep it, give you guys an idea, the last 2500 that I bought was exactly like the one I have now. So it's the same exact truck. This is a 2012. The one I had was a 2004. So this is 8 years newer. All right. So it's 8 years newer. Well, I got it with 120,000 miles. And I let go of 250, so I put over 100,000 miles on it. I bought it for 8,700. When I sold it, I got 4,500. So that means I only paid $4,000 for it, and I used it for like 6 years, 5 or 6 years. So I used the vehicle for 4 to 6 years. That never let me down in 4 to 6 years. Never. So the way I figure this truck is the same thing. But when I don't want this truck anymore, I'll let go of it. It'll be worth a massive portion of what I paid for it. So it's not a bad investment at all. Yes, now gas is high, but I still need a truck. You know what I mean? Without a truck, you're nobody, the way I look at life. 220,000 people moved to Florida in 2021. One reason my housing is so expensive. I feel you, man. Trust me, Gator Country. I am living in my sister's garage in Lehigh Acres, Florida, bro. I completely understand where you're coming from. Do I want a full house to myself, or at least to feel like a human? I do. But having a mortgage is just like having a rent, really. It's not yours if you stop making payments. You would make bank here in Houston if you... I know. I'm telling you, I would be so much better off in Texas. I made so much money in Alabama with the Dunkin', but then I lost it all when I had to move. I will note that. And they did steal a lot of stuff from us and everything. So, like, I made a lot, but then I lost it. But I did make it. And, dude, like, I'm not even exaggerating. I haven't had a call for work in over 2 months. I've had 2 emails, and when I give them my prices, they're like, oh, no, we'll find somebody else. Like, okay, find somebody else. I sure as crap aren't going to work for sheep. You know what I mean? I'm not going to work for sheep. How are you? I live in Lehigh. It takes, like, from Lehigh to Naples and back is like 78-mile round trip. From where I live in Lehigh to the customer in Naples and back to the landfill is a 78-mile round trip with a truck and trailer that are worth $40,000, $50,000. I can't put up that much equipment to make $50. You know what I mean? I have to charge $300 for the load, or $340 or $400. You know? No, the customers want to shop around. They don't want to pay it. You know? And you just can't make a living down here. I'm telling you, I liked what I saw in Texas economically, and it seemed like the political nature of Texas is more toned down to where there's more Latinos and stuff like that, and I don't have to worry as much. But you know, what would suck about living in Texas, and I recognize now, it's just moving somewhere where I don't know anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I got people here. It's not like I got a busload of people, but I got a handful of people that I care about, you know what I mean? And that makes it worthwhile. But as you guys can see, we're able to live stream perfectly on Katie's phone, and on the other phone we can't live stream. And I'll start a live stream in front of them and show them what the problem is if I have to. So I might, you know, they're gonna have to fix it. I mean, AT&T's acting like it's not their fault. Yeah, the Yukon is still, Jose doesn't want to drive it. Yes, I do have the Yukon, and it does get better gas mileage than the truck. But I like the truck, I really do. Like, and now with that sound system, it is like, I'm really in love. But I already blew a speaker out. The driver's door speaker blew out, so I guess I've been playing it a little bit too loud, but it's under warranty, so I guess they told me to bring it into Lehigh and they'll fix it. So one of the speakers already blew out. Houston is the only place I see where you can buy a decent house that's not garbage for $200. Man, I saw houses in Houston for like $80,000 that were inhabitable. I could literally buy a house cash in Houston, you know? And I don't really care about buying property right now. I'm okay renting. But it has, like, the rent that I got now is reasonable, actually. It's not bad at all. And, like, what I like about the street that I'm in is, like, every house on that street is a newer built house, like in the last few years, just about. So like they have cameras everywhere, and it feels very safe. All my neighbors are like very like they're all like paranoid rednecks basically. So like you can't really like you know what I mean like they're very like the other day one of the guys that was building a house from the construction company drove on the guy's lawn on our lawn actually it wasn't even his lawn and he called the company and made them come out like they're very like very straightforward neighbors you know what I mean like it's very it's the first time that I'm living in a decent community where I live now. You know, it's very decent. Where I lived in Naples, it was definitely not decent. Where I lived in Alabama was definitely not decent. But where I'm at now, it feels decent. It feels like a very, like everybody goes to work type of place. People don't have time to be out during the weekdays. It gets a little crazy during the weekends because everybody works during the weekday, so that kind of makes sense, you know. But it doesn't seem like I've been there for 6 months and there is gunfire during the weekend, but it's kind of coming back towards the Lehigh side. Which you're not allowed to be shooting guns there regardless. But I think what happens is that people blast music in Lehigh during the weekend, and then some people get mad about it, and they start shooting their guns because they're angry about the music. So then you end up with music and gunshots, and it's just pretty annoying. But other than that, that's pretty much the only real downside of where I live. It's that like, seems like there's the Cubans and the rednecks really don't get along. Cubans are trying to blast music all the time, and then rednecks are trying to shoot their guns, and that's pretty much like a conflict in Lehigh, like Cubans versus rednecks type of thing. But it's just mostly a bunch of ignorant old guys because, like, the young people that are there, it's not bad at all, man. I'm not going to complain about Buckingham and Lehigh. But what really sucks about Lehigh is actually the commute into Naples and Fort Myers. The commute and the lack of infrastructure. Like, I can't get good internet. I can't upload as many videos. I actually have to upload the videos, like, literally overnight. Like, it's literally taking me... Katie says she sees herself in Texas again. I like Texas, I did. If I were to want to be in Texas, I'd want to be somewhere between San Antonio and Austin, way off to the woods, in a small town that's like 60% Mexican or something like that. If we're gonna move again, we have to basically go down to one car. I don't think trucks, trailers. The thing about moving to a place where you don't know anybody is you can't really have too many physical things that somebody can steal, because you don't know anybody. Like here, I don't have to worry about people stealing my stuff because, I have so many people around that it's not a problem. But when I lived in Alabama, if I go out of town for a week, everybody knows you're out of town for a week, you know what I mean? In a small town where people are all methed out and all that, yeah, they're going to come get your stuff, you know what I mean? So, you guys like San Antonio? Oh, okay, I'll tell you what I don't like about Houston versus San Antonio. Hear me out. I like that San Antonio has like a Mexican flavor, like it has like culture and like a vibe to it, like to me San Antonio had more vibe. Like this is mostly like probably 99% white around here, but like they're playing music, there's people hanging out, like it's got life to it and vibes, you know what I mean? So the idea that an area based on its demographic doesn't have vibes, that's garbage. This is a white area here. This is mostly white, and it's pretty chill. Look at this vibe here. Awesome vibes. We got Spanish areas that got good vibes. You got black areas that got good vibes. It doesn't really matter. A place either has vibes or it doesn't. The demographics don't really play a role into it, I think. A lot of people are saying I didn't like Austin because it's white. No, this is white here, and I love it. This is awesome. San Antonio... I think Houston's definitely more practical a place to live. And I think Houston, you wouldn't get boring as much. But I like nature. Like where I live now, man, look at these palm trees and stuff. You know what I mean? So I want to live somewhere where there's trees, there's some type of vegetation or some type of landscape where I can feel like I'm at one with nature. And Houston doesn't have that. Houston is very, and Austin is even worse until you get out into the outskirts. You're in a wealthy area right now, I can tell by the cars. Yeah, this is Estero, Florida. This is definitely not a cheap area. You're halfway between Naples and Fort Myers, so yeah, this is definitely a wealthy area, somewhat wealthy area. It's not the most, like Naples is way more expensive than this, so this is kind of Yeah, it's definitely a fancy area. And even though like here it's like mostly even older people, there's still good vibes. You know what I mean? Like, so when I say I like San Antonio for their Mexican vibes, it doesn't mean that I don't like Austin because it's white. This is a white area. Look at these vibes; they're awesome. But I come from a place like this, palm trees, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So coming from a place like this, I have like a certain expectation of like life, you know what I mean? And San Antonio, like the suburbs of San Antonio that I was in the north end, they did seem to have that life and vibe to it, you know what I mean? Lots of wealthy Mexican nationals. It just seems like a place that's vibrant, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to live in a place that's shut down and kind of like flavorless, you know what I mean? Like, even this here, this is all new. This isn't even like an authentic place. 20 years ago, nothing. This wasn't even here 20 years ago. You know, most of the people that are here, if you look around, they're elderly, or you know, at least retired. They're not young people, but they're still hanging out. These two old guys hanging out. They're probably from New York. They're probably talking about, man, I'm from New York. You know, there's vibes. There's substance to the place. That to me is important. Can't live in a place that doesn't have that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Audi. Yeah, and it doesn't. I think a lot of times it doesn't really have as much to do with money. Like people that have money don't need to show it off. Like here, there's money. There's no need to. Like that's why people like. Then people are not ostentatious here. There's no need to show off. Everybody's got money. You know what I mean? Like there's not too many. This is an expensive area, so people aren't faking it till you make it. People already made it. So it's like when you go to Panama City Beach and you see everybody's got big wheels and loud sound systems and you know lights underneath their cars to get attention and all that. That's fake it till you make it. This is real money here. These people are retired. They're living in a gated community with a golf course. They don't need to be awesome. They have good cars. You can tell there's money by looking at the cars, like you said on the comment, but rich people don't need to show off. They already have it. You know what I mean? They'll buy a car that's reliable, elegant and decent, but not like ridiculous over the top. Like these are all expensive cars, there's no doubt about it. But there's a difference between somebody in an expensive car who's trying to front and somebody who's got an expensive car because, you know, I don't know, like when you get to a certain point, you don't really have. And that's the thing about being in Southwest Florida is most people here are pretty much set. I think in Naples, 1 out of 10 million, back then, I don't know what the new statistics look like, but back then, 1 out of 10 people was a millionaire by liquid, not by net worth, by liquidity, a millionaire. That doesn't mean assets, houses, all that liquid, like ready to go on the spot. Okay? 1 out of 10 people in Naples is a liquidity millionaire. I mean, not in houses, not in businesses, the cash money ready to move right now. 1 in 10 is a millionaire. So that's 1 in 5 households has $1 million liquid ready to run, you know. Know a lot of people that work in banks too, and they'll tell you there's a lot of people that you see and they don't look like they got money. But like if you've ever known people that work at banks, and I've known 5, 6, 7 people that worked at banks, they'll tell you somebody might come in unassuming and they'll have amounts of money in their bank account you wouldn't believe. Especially Mexicans. Mexicans seem to have a crap load of cash money. More than any other nationality in this country, Mexicans seem to have like the most liquid money. Like I had a friend who worked at a bank and he would tell me how much money Mexicans would have in their bank account that would just blow your mind. Like they don't invest it, they don't put it into 401ks, they don't basically do anything with their money as far as investing. They literally just have $600,000 in the bank cash. And that's kind of what led to, if you guys remember, a while back, we had a problem and they brought out the new $100 bill. I know a lot of Mexican people that when the new $100 bill came out, they were terrified because they had cash money, huge sums of money, cash, just piles of cash laying around. And part of the new $100 bill, the strategy was that all those people who had $500,000 cash, and there's a lot of them, to kind of force them out of their money. So basically, even though they worked for their money and they have the cash, And these weren't bad people. They weren't doing bad things. They were just fixing people's houses and just working for it, you know what I mean? But I need a water so bad. Is there a water fountain anywhere out here?
No. They probably got rid of that
The what?
fountain.
Estate en medio a hacer. Ah, pero qué guapería tiene este tipo, hacer. Oh, tremenda guapería. Se va a fajar con alguien. Hold on, man. This car's just been kind of doing this for a while. I guess they're waiting for a specific parking spot. I think it's the same car as earlier. Oh, they're boxing in people. Mercedes-Benz. I like Mercedes-Benz, but be honest, I'll probably never buy one again. The reliability issues that I had in the last 2 Benzes that I had, I will never ever end up in another Mercedes-Benz after the experiences that I've had in them. It's not going to happen ever again. I can guarantee you that. Here's a Subaru from Wisconsin. These are nice cars. I need a water fountain so bad. Where the crap? Either that or I can buy a water somewhere. Oh, I might have a water in the truck. Let's see if I have one in the truck. I am so thirsty. This car has been just kind of parking here. People have been very rude.
And I would read it when I was like bored. Like when I didn't have like energy to do anything. I thought, okay. Let me sit down and read the book.
I'm pretty sure there's water in the truck. I'm pretty sure. I need a water desperately, y'all. Look at how close I had to park the car next to me. Subaru was out of place with those Mercedes. Dude, I don't even fit between these cars. Oh, this person parked really bad. But I don't get mad about people for parking bad. Is there water in there? I think it's on my door. Let's find out if there's water in here. I am like so thirsty, bro. Yeah, there it is. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I'm so thirsty. You guys have no idea. Yeah, the heat and humidity down here really sucks. Nice. Parking is bad, ruining. Oh yeah, people are so considerate. You got elderly people that can barely even walk, man. You know, like this guy there. I think he was trying to pick up somebody elderly. You know, it might be his mom or somebody. You know, he's caring for somebody elderly, and they're being super. People here are snobs, man. That's one reason I'm glad I left Alabama for a little bit, because people here are so snobby and inconsiderate that I just had enough of it for a while, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. New York Bills, that's hilarious. The Bills. Buffalo Bill. I love your videos. Keep doing good work. Greetings from Finland. All right. We got Finland in the house. We've had Australia in the house, Vietnam in the house earlier. Reading through the comments, we got a lot to watch from Vietnam. Texas is for the common working man. I totally agree, man. Living here is delusional. Delusional. Like, this is so... Living here is like delusional is how I would describe it. It's just, it's not realistic. It's like, you know, if you're not like rich, it doesn't really make sense to be here. It's completely, it just doesn't make sense to live here. Ooh, look at that red Buick, man. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's a nice looking car. Michigan tags. Nice paint like that. Nice suspension, still nice and tall. Put some 22s on it. Tint the windows, and that's it. You're set. Riding in luxury. Let me tell you, those old Buicks have luxury, comfort, luxury, good fuel economy, extremely reliable. Lots of traffic through here. But, yep. The time for the gas guzzlers to show up, man. Look at this monstrosity of a truck. That's even bigger than mine. That one's even bigger than mine. That is insane. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna hit her. Is he? Oh, he didn't hit her. You gotta be brave to walk on the roads out here. Florida is meant for the wealthy retirees. No state tax, bad schools, horrible schools, man. Where I live in Lehigh, have you guys seen how bad that, what is it called? Riverdale High School? That's the closest high school to where I live now. Oh my God, they're on the news like every single week. A student brings in something they're not supposed to. Or, oh, this guy's from New Jersey. From New York. This person's waiting for that person now, so they're stalling out traffic. And the whole place is stalled out. And what's funny is there's actually a massive parking block back there, But people are just too lazy to walk backwards, so they drive around endlessly waiting for a parking spot. It's been a minute since I caught one of your live streams. Welcome on board, David. Yeah, we've been having trouble with the devices. That's why we're here. That's the Apple store, and we have like an appointment in there very soon. Katie, if you're watching, please let me know when it's 3 o'clock. And we have an appointment soon. At 3 o'clock, we have an appointment inside of that store to try to figure out what's wrong with my iPhone Max 13, whatever the crap. It's your favorite fan from Nashville. What up, Mark Wolf? We got Nashville, Cashville, Tennessee in the house. What up? I like Nashville though. It's just that traffic in Nashville is actually worse than here. That is so clean, bro. And they're very reliable. Michigan tags on that. Dealer Michigan tags. But yeah. I want to live stream inside the store. I'm going to walk in there like, y'all, why won't y'all fix my phone? 10 minutes, still 3. Okay, so we got 10 more minutes of this live stream. I might walk in there live streaming. Be like, you guys don't want to give me my phone or we're live streaming? I got 50 people watching. You give me my phone or what? Jose's counting German cars. I love German cars. I really do. Ever since I was a little, like, when I was, my first car ever was a Porsche 944. No, listen, it wasn't running, okay? I got it to run. I bought it for, believe it or not, a guy from Michigan sold it to me for $175. It's all the money I had. This car was sitting on this guy's driveway. I was like, I want it. He's like, the guy wanted like $1,000 for it. And I was like, dude, all I have is $175. It was my paycheck from the pizza place. I used to work at the Gatsby's Pizza, and that's all I had was like $175. I was like, I'll give you $175. And he sold it to me for $175 with Michigan license plates. Now, I drove that around with no tags, no registration, no insurance, until one day, like at 2 in the morning, I was drag racing a Ford Mustang, and it turned out to be an undercover cop. And the cop thought I was gonna run, but I didn't run. And earlier in the night, we had committed a few things. So like the cops probably knew that the missing Cadillac Eldorado earlier in the day was us. So somehow that night, a Cadillac Eldorado disappeared in Naples. And at 2 in the morning, I get caught driving a car with no tags and registration. So put 1 and 2 together. But the cop thought I was gonna run, but I didn't run because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna run from the cops, like, and just ruin my life at 16 years old or whatever, 15, whatever the crap it was, you know. Jose and Katie, hola, man, que hola, bro. I'm just telling stories about life here. Enjoy the weather. I love the video. I love you where you're at. Oh, it's beautiful. This is Coconut Point in Estero, Florida. It is a little breezy today, which is great because it's very warm. Hi, Bob. Well, anyways, I had a Porsche when I was like a teenager. It was a 944, and we couldn't get it to run. And finally, I called a mechanic friend of mine that lived in Kentucky, and he told me to check the air filter and to change the spark plugs, air filter, and a relay for the fuel pump. We did that, and it still wouldn't run. Well, he told me then after that to look inside the air filter. Guess what? There was a rat's nest inside the air filter, and that's why the car wouldn't run no matter what we did to it. So after we took out the rat's nest, boom, this thing turns on. It was a 1988 944. This thing was swift. It was the last thing you would want a teenager to have. Like, quite literally, if you had a teenage kid, this was the last thing you would want him to have, with no tags, no registrations. But I drove it everywhere. I drove it to work, and it had no tags, no registration. Didn't really care. I mean, I'm from Naples, and all the cops know me, so it's like, it wasn't like it was going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds wild, but back then it wasn't. I wasn't even worried about it. Like, no way a cop was going to arrest me, you know? Do you ever take the beauty and beaches of Florida for granted since you're from there? Yes, JJ, I always did. But now that I lived in Alabama for a year, I don't anymore. Now I understand the beauty of this place and why I live here. And I no longer take this crap for granted. Every day I look at the palm trees and think about the beaches. Every single day. I understand that I live here now. People can be cruel, ignore them. He probably doesn't work himself. Where are we mad at here? Okay, so I gotta go into the store and see if we can get my phone fixed. I think I'm ready for my appointment. They're screaming, look. They're screaming at each other. This person in the gray car is screaming at the person in front of them to go. Just really angry scream. Not just a scream, like a very angry. This guy's not angry. He's in a Corvette. You're not angry, right? You're happy? No need to be angry when you're in Florida in a Corvette.
All good.
Yes, sir. That thing is lovely. Look at that thing. That thing is gorgeous, man. As they come back. Okay, so we got to go to our appointment. I got to go run right in front of this car. Okay. So, yeah, people are definitely very rude. And we have to go in for our appointment. I might just go in there live streaming. It might make a difference if I'm live streaming, believe it or not. It might just put them on point about not wanting to. Thing is gorgeous. It's top up and everything. You ready to go in? Let's go. I don't know if I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to say, hey, I'm live streaming right now, no problems.
Do you want me to?
Come in. We got to do everything. I'm going to be on the live stream. Guys, if I have to drop the live stream, I will, but I'm going to try not to drop it. I'm going to try not to drop the live stream just to put a little heat on because they seemed like they were not very willing to negotiate here. So Naples to Sarasota rates better. Yeah, Naples and Sarasota pretty much the same crap. How many people are here? Like, totally back. All right, so we're back in here, man. We're in here, guys, for our appointment. Naples and Sarasota are very rich places for sure. Be quiet, Sean. I'm here with my wife, okay? Leave me alone. This is all the white woman I ever needed. How many people live in Coconut Point area? The city's called Estero, and I think it's not that much. It's like 12,000 people. Most of it is, I'm not sure the population, but it's not a lot. And this place literally did not exist. Literally did not exist.
Until we were in high school.
Until we were in high school. And this place literally did not even exist. It literally did not even exist for the most part. You know what I mean? Like this area literally did not even exist. Like this is all, believe it or not, everything you see here is like brand new stuff. Like this didn't even exist. For the most part, it didn't even exist. How about Bradenton? Can you see Pirate Springs games there? Bradenton, you know, like you have a nice area along the beach. Hello. How you doing, sir?
Were you guys getting something fixed or?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the name?
Jose Rodriguez.
Give me a second, y'all. I'll let you guys know what's going on. But Bradenton is basically, you know, you got nice sites by the beach, by Anna Maria Island, and then you got really bad parts. A city that big, but Bradenton has a lot of bad parts.
And then what's going on with?
Okay, with this phone, we've been having like internet, like network issues. It won't like.
You can't, like right now I'm live streaming on this phone. It's our job to live stream.
Yeah.
It won't live stream after 5 minutes of live streaming. Hold on real quickly.
Yeah.
What happens is after like 5 minutes of live streaming, it freezes.
Okay.
The live stream. I can't see how many people are watching it. Can't see any comments. Can't upload out of it. Now she's got that phone, which is a 12 Pro
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
I can upload off it. I can do everything. Ever since we got this phone, we've gone back to AT&T. I'm not even kidding you. We've probably spent 5 to 6 hours with AT&T.
Gotcha.
They've taught me how to reset the network. They'll do it. I'll do it. And the problem is just the phone itself. According to them, they've done everything they can.
Okay. And this is
Consistent.
the next step.
This is literally, I'm a full-time
Yeah.
YouTuber,
Yeah.
so like, literally, they've taught me to go in here and reset it.
Yeah.
Nothing helped.
Okay.
And I, you know, paid $1,400 for some
Yeah.
crap,
Yeah. So it. Yeah.
You know,
I got you, man.
they refused to do anything. Anything
Beyond that, pretty much.
Yeah. I will fix it.
Yeah.
We've done this already, like 5 or 6
Yeah.
times. and
Okay. I gotcha.
I lost it.
We wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
5 minutes exactly on live, and I can't turn it off, which is like, okay, now what? Incredible phone if it works,
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
camera is so far from prison to 12.
Yeah. Because when I went to go pull up you guys' appointment, do you guys do it through the website that you schedule the appointment?
We made one appointment, and we made 2 appointments. One at 1:40. It somehow sent us to Best Buy. We came here and it was Best Buy. And we had a 2 o'clock appointment, but that was for shopping. Made this one at 3 for now. So we've lost.
Okay.
We've been here all day really trying
I
to.
gotcha.
So, even finding that phone was so hard. I had to drive all the way to Spring Hill, Florida to get it,
Yeah.
which is like north of Tampa.
I
It was
gotcha.
hard to find it. Like, nobody had it.
Let's see here. I have. You're right back with you guys because it was showing 30 on my end. I'm not too sure, but let me go follow up with someone. See, because yeah, from what I'm able to pull up, it was
They were
showing
close
2:30.
through, yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. Again, I have them in.
They had an appointment that they missed because I don't walk in. I just redo it because I just
Everything through Apple is by appointments.
Yeah.
We ran one appointment in Naples, and that went to it sucks. It's all by appointments. I love the stream, true live streaming from Florida. Yep.
Yeah, if you guys want to hang out at the second table right in front of us where those watches are, we'll have a technical specialist.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you so much.
So we're here. We're at this table. We're at the watch table. Yeah, Bob, I see more cons than pros. I love the stream, true live streaming from Florida, not some fake stuff from most YouTubers off. But yeah, we keep it real. And at times it's even got us in trouble. Live streaming can be pretty dangerous if you do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy world out there. So many creeps.
Yeah.
Chaotic Florida, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the Pirates are doing spring training in Bradenton. But like I said, Bradenton, tell me about your life, Kate. How's your real estate test going?
I'm doing all right.
Hold on your phone. Don't let it go.
Huh?
Hold it. Don't let it go. How do you do on your last practice test?
82.
82. So you're doing good.
Yeah.
You just got to keep crunching and practicing. Soon
Yeah.
you'll get the license.
I just gotta be careful right now because if I study too long, I end up with a bad migraine.
Well,
But that's part of, I guess, recovery. Yeah.
so apparently our appointment was at 3 o'clock, but they accidentally scheduled for 2:30, but they forgot to tell us. So this has really been like an all-day thing with the appointments back and forth.
Yeah.
Seems like Apple's trying to beat around the bush about getting us this new phone. $1,400 for that thing. And then there was a case, which is like $70. And then there's like a screen protector was already cracked. And that screen protector is worth something like, I think another $40. So it's like, yeah, $1,500. And you guys saw the live streams from Naples. They were bad. I mean,
Yeah.
we tried live streaming yesterday. I couldn't read the comments, nothing. Yeah, she's gonna get it. It's gonna take a while. Hey, if it was easy, everybody would be a realtor. I am literally sweating. Are you sweating?
It's a little,
I am literally
the
sweating.
airflow is a little weird in here.
I'm literally sweating.
Yeah.
In Texas, we'll say goodbye his fishing boat.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fishing's pretty good around here. I don't even need a boat to fish around here, to be honest. I went fishing yesterday. I didn't catch anything though. The Italian sister says, keep it up, Katie. I know you can do it.
Yeah. That's what my mom said.
Okay, you look kind of zoned out.
Yeah.
Katie doesn't really do good with the humidity. Like, as you can see, just kind of zoned out. Her face is red. Look at her cheeks are like red.
That's why I did better in Alabama.
Yeah. Katie is not a friend of humidity. It's just like turns her into a zombie. She did a lot better in Alabama with the cool weather, but you know,
That's not
she does a lot better with the cool weather. Hot weather kind of turns her into a zombie. But we'll see what happens. We're waiting. It's been kind of frustrating, really.
Yeah.
Bob, they are crazy. People love going against the grain. Yep. Yeah, people keep coming to Florida. 1,000 people a day moving to Florida. And it's just. But I think right now, the stock market for the last 6 months has been pretty much on the decline, I would probably say. So I think we're going to see a reduction in new permits. Reduction in new permits being pulled. It's definitely going to change. The dynamic of things are changing right now. So the dynamic of everything is changing. Permits being pulled are going to be less. We'll see what happens. I think we're kind of at a turning point. When the stock market's already kind of at a turning point. So the stock market's already at a turning point. I think we're pretty much, now's the time to wait. People are starting to sell a lot of stuff. People are putting cars for sale, and we're definitely at a turning point. So we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to go on forever like this. People are starting to sell cars. People are starting to. It's not the same environment as it was a little bit ago. It's definitely different now. So we'll have to see what happens. Wait and see what happens. But it's not the same environment. Definitely more desperation, you could say. I think we're going to see. Usually, it takes 6 to 8 months for the housing to correlate with the stock market. Because they do correlate, but the stock market's going to go first. So, with stocks going out a little bit, kind of, 10% in the last 6 months, that's considerable. So, there's already kind of a turn for the worse with the stock market. And I can assure you that the housing market's going to go next. It's just a matter of time. And I think this fuel thing is actually. Truck drivers. I'm not gonna work right now. I'm done, man. I'm not gonna be able to pull a trash out unless the customer is willing to pay $500 a trash out, because with gas this expensive, the landfill price is gonna go up. Everything's gonna go up. You can expect your groceries to go up too. If I had a semi, gas is up, but you're getting paid the same amount for a load. What incentive does a semi truck driver have to go out there and work? There's no incentive. So there's eventually going to be food shortages of some sort related to the price of gas. I remember during like 2007, 2006, into 2008, there was fuel surcharges added to things when you bought them. But that's not going to happen this time around. Pretty much the workers aren't going to be the ones. The shipping is different today than back then. There's just a lot of independent people who don't have an incentive to ship. So I think the fuel price will eventually lead to supply chain, mostly food shortage. But basically, if nobody, from the farmer and his equipment to the semi-truck bringing it to everything else, even to the employees that are working at the places where you get your groceries. So it's going to create a chain of events that's going to lead to people basically going into liquidity, looking to sell cars. As you can see out there, there's a car for sale right now with a big sign on it, and cars are going to get sold. People are going to be really strapped for cash, which I feel stupid because I've blown a lot. I could have had $100,000 cash right now if I was more disciplined. But either way, it doesn't matter, because with $100,000 cash, the house you're going to buy is going to be in a bad neighborhood. And I'm tired of living in bad, horrible areas. So I don't really care. I'd rather rent where I'm at now. And then again, having money sitting around if it's not doing anything is also pointless. So it's like, danged if you do, danged if you don't. Let's see what's going on here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring you back.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. It's like either way. If you have cash doing nothing, it's pointless. If you have it invested in the stock market, that's going down. If you have it in real estate, it's in a bad area. So it's like, no matter what you do, once you have like 300,000, 400,000, you can do something meaningful. But in the meantime, Um, yeah.
It's 21.
Thank you, ma'am. So yeah, it's definitely going to lead to those types of problems. Yeah, no, you have a lot of major companies. I mean, you guys don't realize that Apple products, everything that's technology, services and stuff like that, Russia's a big consumer. Russia's and other companies that are pulling out of Russia right now. So it's going to be catastrophic within the next, I think, 6 to 8 months from now. We're going to be living in a very scary time. I would suggest live simply. Don't make your life too complicated. Don't find yourself in the middle of massive moves. Just kind of settle in and wait for the ride. It's going to be able that clearly. So I'm not afraid because I already know what it entitles. I lived through it. I mean, we got married at 18, and 2 weeks after we got married, we got laid off.
I'm kind of just the nurse right now, just checking in, seeing how you guys are doing. I want to take some notes for your technician. What's going on today?
So we do live streams. We're full-time YouTubers. So this is a 12 Pro. We bought the 13. Live streams free. Can't upload. Can't get signal. Phone calls free. We've been on the phone with AT&T for 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
In the first hour, they told us to come to Apple. I live in freaking Houston. I don't want to come all the way over here. You know, so I just started working through them. They've had us reset the phone like I don't know how many times.
Okay.
After 5 to 6 hours on the phone with them, all they keep telling us to come to you guys. They don't think it's on there now. They think it's the actual device. We just bought it not that long ago.
Right.
And like this is the 12, and I've been live streaming for over an hour. And that phone, after 5 minutes, exactly 5 minutes, it freezes. Let's keep live streaming, but then you can't turn it off. Unless you turn off the phone.
You can't like stop the
You
live
can't
stream.
stop the live stream. And then you don't know how you can see how many people are watching.
Yeah.
That freezes, and so do the comments going by. So it's an issue where it's pretty much my livelihood. I mean,
Yeah, I hear you.
I paid $1,400 for that phone, and I had to drive all the way to Spring Hill, Florida, Norfolk, Cant to find it. Because you know they were hard to find where they are. I'm not sure I know.
What carrier was it again?
AT&T.
You've done troubleshooting with them.
They're done. They told me like off the bat, after I did it twice, to reset with them. You guys.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, the entertaining one. We're live streamers.
Maybe at the, also,
That's a have you done?
like I paid
Yeah.
$1,400 for this one.